What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Bugs' DCS Cruise. For this one, we're going to continue playing with the SA-342 Gazelle a little bit. And as I promised, the next one was going to be a little air-to-ground work with it. And that's what we're going to do. So we have our 20mm autocannon. And then, I don't know if you guys can see them. There they are. We have a couple of rockets strapped on board just as well. So this is going to be a little bit of a trial and error kind of thing for me. I did watch a quick video on how to do basic air to ground with this thing real quick. The rest is going to be for me to figure out. I just more wanted to know what switches to flip to get anything online. So between that and going through the manual right quick, I think we'll be okay. So we're going to go from a cold start again, just to get used to it. So let's jump into the cockpit of the Gazelle. So the only thing I've noticed so far is that our armament panel is down here, and it's extremely dark. So I will be using the flashlight just a little bit. Now you guys can see the master arm in the RCP-96 panel. So those are our two weapons panels that we're going to have to worry about. And then our master arm up here later on, so we'll worry about that once we get the helicopter up and running, in close, and whatnot. So I also just wanted to touch on one other quick thing before we start the old Gazelle up, and that's we are almost at the 1,000 subscriber mark, guys. I cannot thank you guys enough for the support that you guys have given me over the past year. I did not think that this channel would be here by now. The community is growing a lot quicker than I anticipated, and I love it. I've been hosting flights once a week through my Discord server. If you guys want to jump in and fly one of them, if you guys fly DCS, I'll leave a link to my Discord in the description. Check it out. So far, we'll do something every Saturday and then possibly during the week. So there's tons of stuff going on. We can always set something else up. It's a lot of fun. I'm very flexible with when I can fly and what kind of missions we could do. So definitely give it a check out. Thank you guys again so much for your support. Let's take this channel over the 1,000 subscriber mark. Let's build a great community together. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to talking and flying with you guys. So far, everybody that's come through have been awesome. So let's keep that going. So without any further ado, let's jump into our little air-to-ground work with the Gazelle. So what we got, I'll show you guys a little F-10 SA picture quick. We have a couple of Dishkas out here. The technicals with Dishkas. So we're going to go see if we can unload a couple of rockets and our autocannon on them and see what happens. This should be interesting. I have not done anything air-to-ground with this thing, or air-to-air, or weapon system-wise. The first flight was last night that you guys saw. So without any further ado, let me just start this thing up and we'll see what happens. Let's get our fuel pump going. Okay. Alright. And I forgot the damn timer again. That's good, bugs. That's alright. Alright, here comes our starter. Alright, guys. Let's see what the old Gazelle could do with this one. we go. Rotor brake off. All right. It's honestly pretty simple to start this thing once you get a hold of it. The biggest thing I've seen so far is that fuel lever right up here, guys. Is you gotta go slow with her, otherwise you're gonna flood the thing out and you're in for a bad time. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward, to be honest. Like I said, I'm getting a little bit more fluid with it now. I'll do it down and dirty how-to with this shortly. Haptic suit just started kicking in, guys. Okay, we are fully open. All right, cool. And I am still flying with the haptic suit, guys. Still, it's pretty cool. I do like it. It does give a little bit of a feel, so you know what the airplane or the helicopter is doing, at least in a certain maneuver. It gives you that much more immersiveness to it and that much more feel. So definitely check out the B Haptic stuff. I am not affiliated with them. I am not sponsored by them. I just have the stuff on loan for a little bit, and I love it so far. Get the rest of this set up and then we'll be good to go. Okay, there's our rockets. We're just going to uncover that. We're going to go for our rockets first. So what I've seen with this so far is we can have one or the other selected, not both. So if we have both on, it defaults to the right pylon. So I want to get the rockets off first. So we're going to just shut the gun off for now, and we'll worry about that later. Alright, that's good to go. Perfect. Okay. I'm not going to worry about our camera system. Let's get the doors closed so we can hear what the hell hell we're doing. We gotta get this thing turned on because we're gonna need this. Okay, so that comes on with the master arm. Perfect. Okay. Okay, that's up, that's up, that's up. Alright, guys, I think we're looking pretty good so far. Alright, we don't have the camera system installed. I'm not too worried about that right now. So I think we should be pretty well set for the most part here, guys. So we do have a hot trigger. No, we do not. Okay. Alright. Let's go see what we could do. Let's go find these baddies with the Gazelle, and we'll see what kind of damage we can inflict on them, how stable she is for the rocket run, how she is for a gun run, and we'll go from there. And this time we're going to try to come back home without me doing anything stupid, so I'm going to have a little bit more due diligence with this one, guys. So without any further ado, let's go see what the Gazelle could do round-wise. I do like how stable she is taxiing at low speed. I'm not gonna lie. You could definitely feel the weight on it, as opposed to when I flew it yesterday with nothing on board. You can definitely feel the weight of the weapons on board, so... Okay. Very similar to the Kiowa. For the flight model, but it is a poly-chop module, so they have done an excellent job. And from what I understand correctly, if I understand it correctly, this used to never be as good as it is now in its current state. It used to be a lot more like a remote-controlled helicopter, from what I've heard. We'll do an intersection departure again, because why not? We do have the capability to do so. Clear. Alright guys, here we go. Let's go see what we can do with this thing. Alright guys, we're going. Here we go. Let's see what we can do. So those guys are going to be on that second island. So we're going to come out in between the two of them, and then we'll nose in from the left a little bit. I want to keep a little bit of distance. I don't want to get too crazy close because they will shoot back at us, so we got to be a little bit careful. But we'll see what we can do. We have 8 rockets and 240 rounds in the gun. We should be able to do a little bit of damage if we're careful. I do have to say, I love the flight model on this thing. Now that I'm actually flying it, I don't know why I didn't get this thing sooner. I should have, but... let's see how she does combat-wise before we worry about adding her to the hangar. Very stable, I will give it that. Like, I have to put very minimal inputs in to get this thing to fly straight and level. That's really not terrible, it's not bad at all. We're going to go ahead and arm up. Let's get our sight down. Alright, cool. Let's get a good feel and idea of how this works. Okay, that's not bad. So target island right over there off our 10-11 o'clock-ish. So we're going to come out over the water a little bit and then we'll turn in. I don't want to be an easy target for them. We'll see what kind of range we get out of our rockets too. That I don't know. And I do like the trim function on this thing too. It does make it a lot less fatiguing to fly. It actually holds pretty straight. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Oh, unfortunately, right now, I do not have a zoom button set up due to my Warthog throttle dumping out on me. I have to find a place for the zoom on the new one, or the loaner for the time being. So just bear with me a little bit. I'm trying to figure that out as we go, so. Right now we're doing this with no zoom, but I'm okay with that because not for nothing in real life, the only zoom you have is a pair of binoculars. And you can't use them as you're trying to fight. Alright, there's our target island. There we are, hot. We have a hot trigger. Alright, let's see what we can do here, guys. I think they're in the middle of this island. I don't remember offhand, but we'll find out in a minute. Alright, so at this point I just released the trim, guys. That's what that click was. So I want control of the helicopter now. So we're getting a little bit closer. And I think what I'm going to try and do is get as close as we can without getting too close. Try and hold a hover, stable hover, and try and let a couple of rockets off at them. Let's see if that works. So we are well within their gun range at this altitude, so we have to really be careful. Is that them? Let's see. That might be them, guys. I'm starting to see a couple little dots appear, right? That are 10 o'clock-ish. Oh, actually, no. Never mind, those are landmarks. There they are. They're right off our nose. There they are. Okay. Let's try and slow this thing down and stable her out a little bit. Yep. There they are, right down there. Okay. Let's see if we can let one off. Let's see where it gets. Ooh, that was close. We're getting close. and they're shooting at us. And we're out of rockets, so let's get out of here. Let's get the cannon selected. Alright, so the rockets are a little tricky to aim. Oh, and they're shooting at us. Oh, boy. Okay, okay. We done up poke the hornet's nest now. Alright, let's try this. Alright, I have a feeling this is going to really test the Gazelle's agility and maneuverability. Let's see what happens. We're out of trouble for the moment. Let's hope we have a little bit of a better outcome with the gun. Alright, so far I like it. It's pretty stable for a rocket run. I like that. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we can do with this. Holy Toledo. Oh, we got, but damn. Wow, we did a lot of damage. Whoa. Wow. And that was just with the minigun. We did a lot of damage. But at least we took one of them out with us. Sucks to be him. Let's see if we can get a quick count here, guys, how many we got. And that was just the gun alone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Okay. So that... Alright, let's just hang out here for a second because... our count might just keep on increasing. I was going to say, if that dope doesn't move, he was just going to get blown up, and there goes him. This has got to be the most satisfying ending of a mission ever, when they shoot you down. I think we got off pretty good, guys. I really think we got off pretty good. I will leave the final number in the description of the video of how many that we got after everybody's done exploding. I really had fun with that. The Gazelle is most certainly accurate. It is stable. It's a good gun platform and a good rocket platform. I'm going to try this with the door gunner next as well. I want to see what that does. Now that we know how the rockets work a little bit more, we could be a little bit more careful with that. But again, it really was a lot of fun. This is an awesome module so far. I have a feeling that I will be making this a permanent part of the hangar in the near future. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe for more. Check out Bugs' DCS Crew's Discord server if you guys want to jump in for a flight. Any random shenanigans. And as always, until the next sortie, strap in, arm up the seat, and keep flying.